A very good evening to one and all. Hope you are able to hear me. Hope you guys are able to hear me. Can
Yes,
you guys
sir.
please confirm? Yes. So can you guys please confirm over the chat whether you are able to hear me or not? Fine. Yes. Audible and visible. Okay, fine, sir. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So and so before starting off our today's discussion, sir. So first of all, thanks for your support. And because at the last the few days I have some personal issues, so that's why I could not able to take the sessions. Could not able to join the sessions, guys. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So today onwards, we are just back into the sessions, and whatever the whoever like as in the taking the training with me, so they were started with the sessions from the today morning itself. Okay. Yes. Now onwards, the session will goes further smoothly, guys. No issues. Okay. Yeah. That's all. The one quick update from my end. And so what we have where we have stopped our last session, sir? Where we had stopped our last session? Can you guys please confirm? Can you guys please recollect? Last session, we are just discussing about what? SQL constraints, right or not, sir? We just discussing about what? SQL constraints. Total how many SQL constraints are there? Total how many SQL constraints are there, guys? Can you guys please list out? Total how many SQL constraints we have completed so far? Can you guys please list out? Totally, we have the six constraints, sir. Okay, totally we have like six SQL constraints. What are those? What are those, guys? What are those? Number one. What is that one, sir? Unique constraint. Unique constraint. And then second one is what? Not null constraint we have completed. What is the third one we have learned, sir? What is the third one we have learned? What is the third one we have learned? After completion of the unique constraint and not null constraint, what we have learned, sir? Check constraint, right? Check constraint, sir. Okay. So what, and after that, what we have learned? The default constraint as well, right? So, and what we have left so far? What we have, what are the other constraints we have left to discuss? Nothing but on what? Primary key. Okay. Primary key constraint and foreign key constraint, sir. Okay. So these are the left we have discussed it, sir. Okay. Yes. What is the importance of unique constraint, sir? Let me just give you the brush up on the last session, sir. Okay. Last few sessions. Okay. Because so we just had the discussion the 1 week before. Okay. Let me recollect you all these things. Yes. Okay. What do you mean by SQL? What do you mean by unique constraint? What do you mean by unique constraint? One minute, sir. Are you not audible? Guys, can you please confirm whether you guys are able to hear me properly or not? Can you guys please confirm once? Okay. Okay, then fine, sir. Sir, if you are getting any kind of an echo, just try to rejoin the meeting, sir. Okay. Yes. So most of them has been confirmed, like most of them has been confirmed as hearing properly. Sun Prakash, I'm using mic only, sir. I'm using only the mic only. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Coming back to our discussion, sir. What do you mean by unique constraint, sir? Unique constraint. If a particular column is defined as the unique constraint means what does that column? What does the column behavior, sir? It does not allow duplicate values. It doesn't allow the duplicate values, sir. But what would be the problem? But it will allow like null value, right or not, sir? That is what the problem. So when you define the column as the unique constraint at the database column means then that the column doesn't allow the duplicate values, but it will allow what? Null value. Okay, understand, sir? So if a particular column of an database table defined as not null constraint means what it will happen, sir? What would be the behavior of that column? What would be the behavior of that column if the particular column is defined as the not null constraint? If a particular column is defined as the not null constraint, tell me what would be the behavior of that column, sir? Doesn't allow, sir. Doesn't allow the null values. Doesn't allow the null values, but it will allow the duplicate values or not? It will allow the duplicate values or not? Right or not, sir? So doesn't allow the null values if a particular column is defined as a not null constraint means that particular column behavior is what, sir? Does not allow the duplicate values, but it will allow what? Does not allow the null values, but it will allow the duplicate values, sir. Right? Yes. What is the purpose of the check constraint, sir? What is the purpose of the check constraint? If a particular database column wanted to allow the specified range of values, then you need to go for an what? Check constraint. Right or not, sir? Yes. Yes. So it is purely check constraint is purely based on the expression evaluation. If the expression got true, then only the value will be inserted. If not, it won't allow. Okay. So when a particular database column is defined as the check constraint means it will allow the value between the specified conditions, sir. Between what? The specified condition or expression, we can say it as an. Okay, if the expression is true, then only the value will be inserted into the column. Otherwise, it will throw you an error. Okay, clear, sir? So when you define like as in the check constraint of a particular column in the database table, so that column allows only the values between the specified condition. Right or not, sir? When you will go for the default, what is the purpose of default constraint? What is the purpose of default constraint? Come on, guys. What is the purpose of default constraint, sir? While inserting the data into the table, sometimes user may misses the value, right or not? Right or not, sir? So while inserting the data into the table, sometimes user may left the value, sir. In such a cases, what would be the value will be inserted, sir? What would be the value will be inserted in that particular column? I'm not talking about the default constraint. So see, for example, you have created a one table with 4 columns, but you have inserted only 3 values in the column. You have inserted like as the 3 column values in the table while inserting. What about the 4th column value, sir? Null value. Okay. So while inserting the data into the table, if the particular column got missed means
if the particular column got missed, means the default null value will be inserted into the database, right? To avoid, so if you wanted to specify, if you guys wanted to specify any kind of the default value of a particular column, then definitely we need to go for an what? Default constraint. Okay, when you define a particular column for the default constraint, means as a program, as a end user, you no need to worry about supplying the value of that column, sir. Okay, it will get like as in the default value will be populated if you are not supplying. So for example, as I told you, we created a table with 4 columns. Okay, so out of the 4 columns, one of the column is default column. Okay, we for one of the column we added like as the default constraint, sir. As a end user, he can supply while inserting the data into the table, he can supply like as in the 3 column values, means at that time what value will be inserted, sir? Default value will be inserted. Understand my point or not? So for a database table, you have 4 columns. Out of the 4 columns, the 4th column you defined as an what? Default constraint. Okay, but while inserting the data into the table, you supplied only 3 values. In such a case, the default value will be inserted, sir. Okay, if you are supplying the 4 values while inserting the data into the database, then your value will be stored into the table. Understand? Understand, sir? Okay, sometimes, okay, it will insert the default value. It will insert like as in what? The default value into the column. Okay, it will insert like as in the default value into the column whenever the user not specified whenever the user doesn't supply the value, sir. Doesn't supply the value for the column. Understand, sir? That's all. Okay, yes. These are the 4 constraints which we have completed, sir. Right or not, sir? Everyone, is that clear? Unique constraint, not null constraint, check constraint, and default constraint. Right, sir? Everyone, is that clear? Can you guys please confirm? Any doubts? Yes, fine. Fine. So let us start with the next discussion, sir. Okay. So let us start about the next discussion, that is called primary key, sir. Okay. So far we are already familiar. How to define like as in the constraint at the column level, and how to define like as in the constraint at the table level as well. Right or not? Right or not, sir? Right or not? So we are already familiar how to add like as in the how to add the constraint at the column level, at the table level, right, sir? Right or not? Right, sir? Yes. Okay. Yes. So we are already familiar how to add like as in the constraints at the column level and at the same time at the table level, sir. Okay. And each constraint we can have. Yes, sir. Roshni, like the table level constraints and column level constraints, functionality wise both are same. Syntax wise somewhat different. Syntax wise we'll have the difference. Okay. Yes. How to enable and disable the default constraint. Okay. Sir, I already shared you that notes. Go through the GitHub. Go through the Git. You can get that notes. Okay. Fine. So see, sir. Coming back to the next constraint we are talking about here, called what? Primary key, sir. Okay. Primary key. What do you mean by primary key, sir? What do you mean by primary key? Sir, primary key is it is the combination of two constraints, sir. Okay, simply I can say it is a combination of two constraints. Okay, what are those constraints, sir? Nothing but an unique constraint, okay, plus not null constraint. Understand my point or not, guys? So primary key is nothing but an what? It's a combination of two column. It is a combination of two constraints. What are those constraints, guys? Unique constraint and not null constraint. Unique constraint means it does not allow the duplicate values, and not null constraint means it doesn't allow the null values. So finally, so finally, finally, tell me, guys, primary key means nothing but an what? Unique constraint and a not null constraint, right or not? So means it does not allow the duplicate values. It does not allow the duplicate values, and it doesn't allow the null values as well. Simply I can say. Hope you guys are comfortable on this point or not, sir? Everyone. So primary key is nothing but an what? It is a combination of two constraints. Okay, it is a combination of two constraints, sir. What are those? Unique constraint and not null constraints, sir. Okay, and at the same way, okay, and at the same way, it doesn't allows the duplicate values, and the does not allow like as in the duplicate values and the null values into the database column. Right or not, guys? Hope you guys are comfortable or not. Understanding the points or not, sir? Primary key is nothing but an what? It's a combination of two constraints. One is unique constraint, another one is what? Not null constraint, sir. One is unique constraint, another one is what? Not null constraint. So the behavior of the primary key column is what? The behavior of the primary key column is what, sir? It does not allow the duplicate values, and it does not allow the null values, okay, into the database column. Correct? Any doubts? Any doubts? Everyone is the clear? The 2 points. It is a combination of two constraints, such as unique constraint plus not null constraint. As you're already familiar, unique constraint means it does not allow the duplicate values. Not null constraint means it does not allow the null values. It doesn't allow the null values. So both functionalities will comes to the primary key. That's all. Okay, and we can define the primary key. Okay, so we can define the primary key. Okay, at the column level, and the table level, sir. Okay, we can define like as in the primary key at the column level and the table level, sir. Okay, so for every table, okay, every database table, sir, every database table must and should only one primary key. Understand my point, sir? Every database table must and should only one primary key, guys. Sir, can we have more than one unique key in the database table? Can we have more than one unique key in the database table or not? Can you guys please confirm? Can we have like more than one unique constraint in the database table or not? Yes. Can we have? So can we have like more than one not null constraint or not in the database table? Yes. Can we define like as in the check constraint for more than one column or not? Definitely, right? Yes. So but in case of the primary key, okay, so we cannot define like as in the primary key for more than one column in the database table, sir. Remember that point. Okay, every database table must and should only to have like as in one primary key only, sir. Only to have like what? One primary key. So can we have like more than one primary key in a database table? Come on, guys. Can we have more than one primary key in a database table or not? No. No, sir. You cannot. You cannot have like as in the more than one primary key in the database table for every database table. So definitely must and should contain so only one primary key. Okay. That primary key column, based on that primary key column only, we can filter the data very easily from the table. Understand, sir? Which is nothing but an uniqueness of the database table column, sir. Okay, primary key column values always going to be an what? Uniqueness of the database column. Understand, sir? Clear, sir, everyone? The 4 points. Okay, yes. Fine, sir. Okay, so the following syntax, okay, the following syntax for defining the, okay, the following syntax for defining the primary key at the column level, sir. Okay, so at the column level, see, while at the time of the defining the while at the time of defining the column, while at the time of defining the column of a database table, you are going to specify the primary key constraint itself, sir. Okay, so what would be the syntax, sir? What would be the syntax? So observe carefully. Observe carefully, sir. Okay, so create a table. Okay, then table name. Okay, then table name, and then followed by column name 1. Okay, column name 1, and then followed by data type. Okay, data type and data type, and then followed by what? Second column. Okay, column name 2. Okay, column name 2, then data type. Okay, data type 2, sir, and then followed by what? Column name 2, column name 3. Okay, column name 3, data type. Okay, data type 3, sir. Okay, data type 3, and then so on, and then so on. Then column name n. Okay, column name n, and then data type n, sir. That's all. Okay, this is what like as in the syntax. Okay, observe carefully, sir. So immediately the question may get into your mind, sir, for which column we define like as in the primary key, sir, out of the n columns. Okay, so you can define like as in the primary key for what? Any one of your required columns, sir. Understand? You can define the primary key for any one of your the columns in the table. Assume that I would like to add the primary key for what? First column of our database table. That's all. This is what like as in the primary key to define the table. That's all, sir. So means while at the time of defining the column in the table, so we are defining the constraint itself. Okay, while at the time of defining the column itself, okay, so we are just defining the constraint as well. That is called column level constraint. Understand, sir? Hope you guys are comfortable. How to define a primary key at a column level? Can you guys please confirm? How to define a primary key at column level? Everyone, is that clear? Out of 65, I got only the 2 responses, sir. What about remaining guys? Yeah. So this is what how we define like as in the primary key at column level. Yeah. Yes. So there is another way. To define like as in the primary key at what? Table level, sir. Table level using constraint class. Understand, sir? The following syntax. Okay, the following syntax for defining the primary key at what? Table level by using what? By using constraint class, sir. By using what? Constraints class. Okay, yeah, observe carefully, sir. So same syntax I'm going to take here. Okay, same thing. Okay, I'm not going to define the primary key at column level. At the end of our all the columns, where you can define what? Constraint class followed by what? Constraint name. Okay, and then followed by what? Primary key of what? Column name. Whatever the column you would like to support to make it as a primary key, that column name you have to specify, sir. This is how you need to define what? The primary key constraint at the table level using what? Constraint class. Clear, sir? Everyone? Okay. So this is how you need to define what? The primary key constraint at the table level using what? Constraint classes, sir. Okay. Yes. Fine. So can you guys please confirm once for a one database table, how many primary key columns are allowed? Can you guys please confirm, everyone? For one database table, how many primary key columns are allowed? Only one. Just keep in mind. So is it possible to allow more than one unique constraint in a table? Is it possible to allow more than one unique constraint in a table? Yes. Yes. Okay, got it. Is it possible to have more than one check constraint in a table or not? Yes. Yes. Definitely. Okay. So if a database table, okay, if a database table having only one primary key means that is called simple primary key, sir. Okay. So basically, okay, so if your table contains only one primary key means that that we can say what? A simple primary key. Understand my point or not? Okay, yeah. See here. Okay. Yeah, let us try to understand the examples, sir. Let us try to understand like as an examples based on the syntax. Okay, let me put that one in the SQL developer. Okay, let me put that one in the SQL developer, sir. Okay. Yeah. Observe carefully, sir. I'm just creating a table, sir. Okay, Ashok IT underscore students. Okay, that is nothing but on what? Student ID, which is number column. So primary key, sir. 1 minute, sir. Yeah. So see here, guys. I'm just creating a new table in my database. That is Ashok IT underscore students. Okay, in that table, I'm going to define like as in the first column as in what? Student ID. Student ID is a unique so student ID is nothing but on the one column which we have defined as an what? Primary key or not? So means tell me student ID column will allow the null values or not? First of all, tell me guys, in the student ID column will allow like as in the null values or not? No. Is it allow like duplicate values or not? No. No. Okay. Yes. Fine, sir. Good. Good. Then I'm going to define another column, sir. I'm going to define what? Another column. What is that another column? Tell me, sir, what is another column I would like to take here? Student name. Okay. Student name, sir. Okay. Student name. That is nothing but an what? Varchar. Okay. Varchar 2 of 30 characters. So tell me which constraint I need to apply on this. Unique constraint I need to apply or not null constraint I need to apply? Can you guys please confirm? Which constraint I need to apply on this column, sir? Not null constraint or a unique constraint? Not null constraint. You cannot apply the unique constraint, Chotu Kumar. Chotu Kumar, like we cannot apply unique constraint. Why? Because student name can have the duplicates. We can have multiple Srinivas. We can have multiple Venkateswaras, right? We can have multiple Suresh, right? We cannot define the student name as an what? Unique. Okay. Yeah, fine. Then so I'm going to define what? Student name as an what, sir? Not null constraint, sir. Not null constraint. Okay. Yeah, fine. Then I'm going to define define like as an the courses, sir. I'm going to define like as an what? Courses. Okay. That courses are also I'm going to define as an what? So 30. Okay. So I'm going to specify the check condition. Okay. Check in condition. Okay. Means what? What we need to define, sir? One minute. Check constraint. Okay. Sir, observe carefully. I have defined like as in the third column as in called what? Courses column, sir. I wanted to allow the values into this column only for what? Java related courses such as core Java, advanced Java, Java full stack. I wanted to allow like the Java related values into this column only, sir. Then what I need to do, sir? Then what I need to do? Can you guys please confirm? I wanted to allow only one specific value out of 3. Then what I need to do? Then what I need to do, guys? I need to apply what? Check. I need to apply what? Check constraint, sir. How can you apply the check constraint, sir? How can you apply like as in the check constraint? Check. Then followed by what? Courses in of what? Either I need to apply as in the core Java. Okay. Either I need to apply what? Advanced Java. Okay. I just wanted to allow to only the out of these 3 values. That's all. Then what I need to do, sir? Full stack Java. That's all. This is what, how you need to define what? Check constraint, sir. So means how many values? So tell me, sir, what are the possible values in the courses column? What are the possible values in the courses column, sir? Either you need to supply as an what? Core Java. Either you need to supply as an what? Advanced Java. Either you need to supply as an what? A Java full stack. Okay, we can say it as an what? Java full stack, sir. While inserting the data into this table, if you are supply like as an other than these values, it will throw you an error or not, sir? Come on, guys. Right or not? Right or not, sir? If you are supply Other than these three values means definitely it will throw you an error or not, sir? Definitely. Okay, definitely, sir. Okay, fine. So I wanted to define another column as well. Okay, that is fee, sir. Okay, we can say it as in what? Course fee. Okay, that is number column 7 of 2 digits. Okay, 7 are nothing but whole numbers. Total number of digits is 7, and out of 7 digits, 2 are nothing but what? Decimal, sir. I wanted to allow the values into this column between 5,000 to 10,000, sir. Then tell me what I need to specify, sir. Again, I need to specify for what? Check constraint. Right or not, sir? I wanted to allow the values into this particular column between what range, sir? 5,000 to between like 5,000 to 10,000. Okay, so how can we define the between condition for the check? Tell me, sir. Come on, guys. How can you specify the check condition, sir? Courses between what? 5,000 and 10,000. That's all, right? Right or not, sir? Okay, so between condition, so means we are just allowing like as in the values into this particular column between what? 5,000 to 10,000. Understand, guys? Everyone? Okay, yes. Course fee, sir. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, between. So between means nothing but the range limit, sir. Range limit. I will talk about SQL operators in the next tomorrow session. After completion of the constraints, that is what we are going to talk. Okay, yeah. Hope you guys are comfortable on this, the 4 columns, whatever the constraints we have defined. Can you guys please confirm? Yes. So can we have another columns as well along with these 3? So contact number, sir. Contact number. I'm going to define what? The varchar 2 of or varchar 2 of okay, 10 digits. I'm going to define what? Varchar 2 of what? 10 digits, sir. Okay. So tell me, so for a contact number, so which constraint will be the suitable for this? Not null constraint is suitable, unique constraint is suitable, and unique constraint is suitable, or not null constraint is suitable, or check constraint is suitable. Come on, guys. Which will requires what? 2 constraints for this column, sir. Okay. Swaraj, why we need the check constraint, sir? Just think of a minute. Contact number is will be duplicated in the real world. So your contact number will be matched with someone, sir. Swaraj. No, right? Your contact number is for you only, right? Right? Yes, sir. Okay, contact number cannot be duplicate, and contact number cannot be null as well. Okay, so you can define what? 2 constraints for this column. So one is what? Unique constraint, and then followed by what? Not null constraint, sir. Okay, and then followed by what? Not null constraint. Clear, sir? Unique constraint means does not allow the duplicate values. Okay, does not allow the duplicate values, but not null. You cannot define a primary key, Sharanya. You cannot define the primary key because we are already given the primary key to whom? Student ID. You cannot make it as the primary key. One more, we cannot make the another primary key in the database table. Is that clear? Aravind, like you can take varchar data type can support to hold either strings or numbers. Okay. If you wanted to take a number, you can take it off. No problem. Okay. Yes. Hope you guys are comfortable. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir. You can apply it. Tony, Priyanka, like you can apply like as in the check constraint as well. Okay. You can check it off. Check constraint. Check off what? Contact number. Okay. That you can try it, sir. Between you need to allow like only what? 1 to 9 digits only. Okay. Yes. That's fine. Okay. You can try it off. Fine. Hope you guys are comfortable. Any doubts? Anybody having the doubts? No. Okay, got it. Okay. Course fee, sir. This is what you're trying to say, Abhijit, correct? Yeah. Okay, then. Good. Everyone in line with me, non-IT people? I'm just trying to create a table with all constraints. That's what I'm trying to say. Everyone in line with me? Yes. Okay, fine. So let us have another column. Another column. Okay. Yes. So I just wanted to know when does this record, when does the student record got created? Understand? I just wanted to know, okay, while inserting the data into this table, okay, while inserting the data into this table, sir, I just wanted to know when does this record is inserted into this table, sir. So then I'm going to create like as in the one more column that is called created date. The data type of this column is what? Date. Okay. Or you can go with what? Timestamp as well. You can go with what? Timestamp as well, sir. Timestamp means date with time. Okay. Yes. Okay. Created a date. When does the record got created? At what time this record is created? All this such a kind of information we are going to get. Okay. So the default constraint I'm going to have what? Sys date. Okay. Sys date, sir. That's all. Hope you guys are comfortable. So means we have applied all the constraints or not? We have applied all the 5 constraints on the table or not, sir? Okay. Yes. Any doubts? Okay, fine. So let us select this query and execute it. Execute it. See, sir, the table got created successfully. The table got created successfully. If you wanted to see the columns, if you guys wanted to see the columns of this table, so on the left hand side, there is a table sections is there. Okay, expand it and go to what? Go to what? Ashok IT underscore students table. Okay, see, sir, these are the columns. These are the columns are available in this table. Student ID, student name, student course, course fee, and contact number and created date. Okay, total how many columns are there in this table? Total how many columns are there in this table? 6 columns are there. I just wanted to know what are the constraints on this table. Can you guys help me how to navigate to know about the constraints of this table? So there are the 6 columns are there in the table. That should be fine. I wanted to know where the constraints are. I wanted to know what are the constraints are there in the table, sir. Okay.
So see, sir, there is in the tab called what? Constraints tab. There is in the tab called what? Constraints tab, sir. Okay. So click on the constraints tab. Okay. Click on the constraints tab, sir. You have multiple tabs: columns tab, data tab, model tab, constraints tab. Okay. I just clicked on the constraints tab, sir. Observe carefully, sir. When you are creating a constraint on the database table, when you are creating Tushar, you can rejoin into the meeting. You can rejoin into the meeting, sir. If you are not clear, one for the voice, like you can rejoin into the meeting, sir. Okay. Yes. Observe carefully, sir. So when you are creating a constraint, during the table creation, see, sir, who provided this constraint name? Who provided this constraint name?
Who provided this constraint name, sir? Oracle Engine, sir. Oracle Engine has supplied some constraint name, sir. Oracle Engine has supplied some constraint name here. Okay. Yes. So these are each constraint will have their own numbers. Okay. Each number will have their own numbers, sir. Understand? Understand? So each constraint, every constraint in the Oracle, will have some predefined number. That predefined number is allocated to our constraints, sir. If you see here, okay, when you select like as in the first constraint here, okay, student name column. Okay, student name column, sir. Okay, see, we do have like as in the check constraint. Okay, but it is not showing the not null constraint. If it is a not null constraint, means it will show you as it is this one. Is not null. Understand? Student name is not null, sir. Okay, so they do not have the specific value for the not null constraint here. Okay, student name is not null. That's all. Okay, so it is also a check constraint. It is also a check constraint. So contact number should not be the null. Okay, it should not be the null. Okay, it is also a check constraint of the courses is also one of the check constraint. Okay. Courses, which are the possible values to allowed in this course is what? Course core Java, advanced Java, and the Java full stack. Okay. Yes. Okay. Check constraint again, course fee. What is the condition here? Between 5,000 to 10,000 as in the course. Okay. Primary key, sir. Okay. Unique key. That's all. Contact number is what? Unique key, sir. That's all, sir. Okay. Let us go with the positive scenario for inserting the data into this table. Okay. Hope you are clear how to create the table with our required constraints. And yes, Hitesh, we can write our own constraint names also. That I will show you in the next. Okay. Just now I shown you how we are getting like as in the constraint name for our table when you are defining at column level. Okay. Yes. Okay. We can rename it as our own constraint name as well, sir, for our table as well. That we will see. That we will see in the next. Okay. Yes. Let us try to insert some data into this table, sir. Insert into Ashok IT underscore students. Okay. Values of how many columns, sir? Student ID 01. Okay. Student ID. Okay. Student ID, that is 01. And then followed by, okay, student name, something what? Mahesh. Okay. And the course is nothing but on what? Core Java. Okay. And then followed by what? Course fee, something like 5,000. Okay. 5,000. Okay. 5,000. And then contact number, I'm just giving as an what? Something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay. Yeah. 10 is it. Okay. Fine, sir. Varchar column, right? That is Okay, you can specify the contact number in the single quotes, sir. Okay, and that's all. Okay, clear, sir? Observe carefully, sir. I'm just trying to insert the data. I'm just trying to insert the data into this table, Ashok IT underscore students. Okay. That we will see later, Praveen. How to auto increment the things using sequence. That we will see the later. Okay. For the time being, we just need to supply the student ID as and what? Uniqueness. 0, 1. Okay. Value. So insert into student, insert into table name, values of what? First one is what? Student ID, student name, and the course, and the course fee, and the contact number. That's all. Just try to insert one record. Yes. So what it is saying that one, sir? We are getting as an error called what? Not enough values. Why it is getting like as in the not enough values? Can you please solve it this problem? We are getting while executing an error, we are getting an issue. Okay. What was the issue, sir? Not enough values. How to solve that one, the not enough values? Student ID we supplied, student name we supplied, courses we supplied, course fee we supplied, contact number we have supplied. So what about other columns, sir? Date, sir. Date column is missing, right? Sys date, okay? Yeah, just check it out. So see, sir, row got inserted successfully. Okay, let us duplicate this statement. Let us duplicate this statement, sir, for the 10 students. Okay, let us duplicate this student 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, and 09. Okay, and the last one is what? 10. 10, sir. That's all. Okay, Suresh, Nagesh, Ramesh, and then followed by what? Rajesh. Something like Umesh. Okay, Anil, Ashok, Karthik, Kichanti. Okay, yeah. I'm just allowing as and what? Some advanced Java. Okay, positive scenario, I'm going with that. Okay, so Java full stack. Java full stack. Okay, yeah. Randomly, I'm going to give this value, sir. Okay, advanced Java. Okay, full stack. Okay, something like 6, 7, 8, 9. $10,000, 5,000, 6,000, 8,500, and then followed by what? 9,500. Okay, some same contact numbers, no problem. Okay, let us select 9 select insert statements, 9 insert statements. Okay, default constraint, if it does not supply the value, then So see here, guys. See here. Okay, I'm just inserting the rest of the 9. Constraints got violated. Why? Why it got violated? Not enough values. Contact numbers, huh? Okay, got it. Contact numbers, we need to violate it. Okay. Okay, I'm just giving some contact numbers or dummy contact numbers. Okay. That's all. Okay. Yeah. So clear the console and just execute. Okay. 9 records got inserted. Okay. So value is too large. What is that column, sir? 7th record got failed. Value is too large. Okay. Something. That record got missed, sir. Select it and insert it. That's all. Okay. Yes. Total 10 rows of information we have inserted into this table, sir. Okay. Just verify it, sir. Just verify it whether the 10 records of information we are getting or not. Select a star from Ashok IT, Ashok IT underscore students. See, sir, the 10 students information we are getting or not, sir. So we get to know like when does that record got inserted or not. Right, sir. When does that record got inserted or not? Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Hope you are clear. Hope you are clear or not, sir? How to add all these things? Yes. Yes. Tony, Priyanka, like, see, the point here you need to keep in mind is, see, if I am not supplying the values, if I am not supplying the values of this particular column, means what is the value you are getting? Not enough values, right? Not enough values. So observe carefully. In such a case, you need to specify the column names. You need to specify what? Column names here. Okay. Student ID, student name. Okay. Student name. And then followed by what? Courses. And then followed by what? Course fee. And then followed by what? Contact number. Okay. Yes. So now you can verify it. 11th record, something like Suman. Advanced Java, something like contact number, sir. Okay. Some contact number. I'm just giving as in some contact number. Okay. Yeah. Just check it out. Check it out. So the row got inserted or not? So now you can verify it. You can verify it. See the record got inserted or not? Clear? See, whenever you are getting like as an error as an what? Not enough values means ultimately you are missing one value for a particular column in the table. Okay. That is what the cause of this issue, sir. Okay. When you are getting like as in the not enough values means you are supplying like as an you are missing some value for a column in the table, sir. That will leads to that one. Okay. If you whatever the values you have supplied to the specified columns, that you can specify it column names. Then it will take those values, sir. Understand? Clear, everyone? Any doubts, guys, up to now? Yeah, that's what Hitesh, while at the time of creating the table, Hitesh, We just defined the default constraint. If the end user is not supplied any value to this column, means the default constraint is specifying what current date it has to insert. Clear, Hitesh? If the end user if the end user supply like as some value, means then it will insert. Okay. Yes. Sir, why it is showing like as on the not null constraint as a check constraint in the constraint type column? That is what your doubt. This one. Yes, sir, not null is also one type of check constraint, sir. Okay, if the column doesn't allow the any duplicates, means any duplicates, or does not allow like as on the null values, means those are nothing but on what? Check constraints only, sir. Okay. Yes. As I already shown you how to view the constraints on the database table using SQL developer. Right or not, sir? Right or not? Okay. Yes. These are the constraint names are given by whom? These are the constraint names given by whom? Oracle. Okay. Oracle. And I also shown you that through GUI interface, how to view the constraints of a table as well. Okay. Sir, I don't want to view. So do we have any command? Do we have any command to view the constraints information or not? Yes, sir. We do have like as on the command to view the constraints information. Select star from user underscore constraints. Okay, what is that constraints, sir? What is the table name? Select star from what? User underscore constraints, sir. Okay. Yes, this is what you need to list what? All the constraint. Listing all the listing like as in the listing the constraints on all the tables. On the all the tables. Sir, I don't want all the constraints on all the tables, sir. I wanted to know like as in the constraints on my particular table only, sir. Then you can go with what? This query. Okay. Select star from user underscore constraints. User underscore what? User underscore what? Constraints. Where table name equal to what? Ashok IT. Make it caps. Okay. Ashok IT underscore what? Students. Okay. That's all. Where you are going to get what? Your table related constraints, sir. Okay. Where you will get what? Student level, like, okay. Where you will get what? Like student underscore, Ashok IT underscore students, we are going to get. Okay. Yes. Okay, fine. So observe carefully. This is nothing but on what? What is this command, sir? This is nothing but on what? Listing like as on the constraints at a table level, sir. At a table level. Okay. Yes, 1 minute. Okay, fine. Clear, sir? Akul Prasad, how to remove like as on the primary key? Yes, alter, sir. Same command. Okay, removing the primary key. Removing the primary key for the existing table. Okay, for existing table, sir. How can we remove like as in the primary key? Alter table Ashok IT underscore students. Okay, so what you can do, sir? Remove. Okay, remove constraint. We can say it as in what? 1 minute, sir. I forgot the syntax. 1 minute. Yes, using like as an alter, you can do that one, sir. Okay, so drop, see, alter table. Okay, alter table table name, okay, alter table name, you can go with what? Drop primary key. Understand? Okay. See, sir, this is what how we are going to alter table name, drop primary key. Understand, sir? So means anyhow you are going to have only one primary key on the table, right? So this is how you are going to remove what? So dropping like as in the primary key of an the table, sir. Understand, sir? See, sir, the table got altered. The table got altered means nothing but on what? The primary key got removed or not? Can you guys please confirm? The primary key got removed or not, sir? Yes. So this is how you need to remove like as in the primary key, removing the primary key for the existing table column, sir. Okay. So how can I add? How can I add like as in the primary key? Okay. Adding the primary key. Adding the primary key for the existing table, sir. Okay. For existing table. How can I add? Alter table Ashok IT underscore customers. Add constraint. Add constraint primary key of. Okay. So add constraint primary key of what? Student ID. That's all. Okay. See, sir, what you are getting? Student ID. Okay. You need to specify what? The data type. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Student ID only, right? Okay. Yes. Okay. Add primary key of. Okay. Add primary key of what? Student ID. So table. Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry. Okay. Yes. See, sir, the table got altered or not? Okay. The table got altered or not? How can you remove the primary key of an existing database table column, and how to add a primary key to the existing database table as well? These are the two alter commands. Okay. How to drop the primary key and how to add the primary key to the existing table. Everyone, is that clear? Everyone, is that clear? Yes, sir. Praveen, you are correct. If we have a duplicate values in the column, then it won't allow you to add the primary key. Okay. Yes. If while adding the primary key to the existing column of and the table, make sure that it doesn't have the duplicate values in that column, sir. If it is having the duplicate columns in that if it is having some duplicate values in that column, means it won't allow you to add the primary key. Understand, sir? Understand my point, guys, everyone? Any doubts? Any doubts? How to view the constraints information of a database table through SQL Developer, and how to view the constraints information. Okay. How can you view the constraints information through what? Command as well. Can you show me the example? What is that one, sir, Praveen? Praveen, regarding what example you are expecting? I already given you the syntax and I already given you the SQL statement. You wanted to show me as an error for the primary key. Okay. Yeah, whenever you're trying to add the duplicate value, right? Okay, got it. Okay, see, sir, I am trying to add the duplicate primary key, sir. See, sir, just trying to add. See what you are getting. What you are getting. Error for inserting into this table 01 Mahesh core Java 5000 value. It is executing like a unique constraint. So what is our constraint name, sir? 7288. Go to this one. 7288. What is this one, sir? What is this one? It is checking like as an what? Check constraint or not? Okay. So let us do one thing. let us do one thing, sir. Okay, something 2121. Okay. Just check it out. See, now you are getting what? 7293. So means 7293 means what? Oh, sorry. Constraints information has been reloaded, right? Okay. Yes. 7293 is nothing but an what, sir? Primary key or not? Primary key or not, sir? 7293 is nothing but an the primary key or not? Come on, guys. We are getting the error or not? Yes. Okay. This is how you need to do, guys. Akul Prasad, sir, one null value is also not allowed or is not accepted. Yes. Primary key columns, it won't allow the null values and it won't allow the duplicate values, sir. Okay. Yes. So see, sir, worksheet queries. I'm just giving you the worksheet queries for your reference. Okay. So please focus on the constraints, how we have defined. Okay. Output, the table of information. Okay. Yeah. So this is what the table of information, sir. Okay. Copy this one and output here. This is what the table of information and constraints information, sir. Okay. Constraints information output. Okay. Constraints information output. Just select it. Okay. Copy it and paste it, sir. Okay. Yeah. Copy it, sir. Constraints. Constraints information. Okay. Any doubts, guys, up to now? Up to now, any doubts? Any doubts, guys? Hope you are clear with the 3 constraints or not. Hope you are clear with 5 constraints or not. Okay. So tomorrow we'll talk about the foreign key constraints and then we'll move on to what? SQL operators or SQL functions. Understand? So that is what we are going to talk on the tomorrow session, sir. Tomorrow we do have the session at the same time. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask me, sir. I will give you an unmute option for you. That's all for today. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me your question. So just raise a hand. I will give you an unmute option for you, sir. Okay, then. So nobody having any questions? Yeah. Roshni, you can have an option to speak out. Roshni, you can speak out, sir. Sharanya, like you can have an option to unmute.
Hi, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I forgot the password of run SQL command prompt. If any chances to forgot password like that.
Yes, sir. You can use like as an alter statement, right? Alter username identified by password.
Alter username identified by the password.
Alter user. Okay, database username is nothing but an what? A system, right?
Yes.
Right. Identified by. Okay, identified by what? So your new password, sir.
Okay, we should give a new password.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Both I gave system only, but while I'm
Oh,
doing, it's not getting so.
okay, okay. You forget that the password, right? You are talking about?
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot, but I know I gave system only, but I'm giving both systems, but it's not working.
Okay. You cannot use the predefined words as in the password, sir.
Oh, system we don't use like that. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
yes. Let us give a try here as well. No problem.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you. Yeah, Roshni, we could not hear you. You can post your question in the chat. I could not hear you. Sudha, I given you unmute option for you. You can speak out your question.
Yes, sir. Good evening. My question is after creating a user,
Mhm.
in user, after creating a table, we have to commit here or in CLI, sir?
That's what I already told you, sir. Okay. All the DML statements doesn't have an auto commit option. Okay. So DML commands means nothing but an insert, update, and the delete. After performing the insert operation, okay, after performing the insert operation, you can have an option here like commit.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Just you need to click on the commit.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
If it is in the GUI, graphical user interface of a SQL developer. Okay. If you are working with the CLI means you need to type a command called commit. That's all.
Yes, sir. I tried in SQL Developer. I'm getting error. Whatever I do in CLI, it's getting committed. So that was my question.
Okay. So you are trying in this way.
So in SQL Developer, sir.
Yeah. So it is working for me. So if you do not have, if you are not working means just try to use this icon. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Any other questions, Sudha, from you?
No, sir. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, then. Thank you. Okay, then. Anybody having any questions? So tomorrow, or like tomorrow, we'll start with the foreign key discussion. Okay. So tomorrow is an important for us. So then after that, we'll move on to the next discussion, sir. SQL operators or SQL functions. Okay. Yeah. That's all for the today, guys. We'll meet you on the tomorrow. Have a nice day. Good night. Bye-bye.